All right. So, movie news. We got some announcements. I don't know how y'all feel about this series, but coming up, this was one of my favorite, at least the first two. Scary Movie by the Waynes. There's been a lot of talk about casting, so we've gotten a lot of the original cast members coming back. They've added Damon Wayans Jr. Kim Wayans is joining in on the fun. So
Really?
where do y'all stand on Scary Movie? Now, the big thing is it's back home with the Waynes. Are y'all feeling it, or y'all still feel like, it's a sequel and it's been what, 20 years?
It's been some time.
Over 20 years.
My only problem is the climate that we're in now socially. And they're not going to be able to really put, and they might, right?
I don't think
They
Marlon
might
cares.
because
Marlon specifically said he does not care about offending anyone.
Well, then fuck it.
I'm here for
Let's
it.
go
I'm here
see
for
it.
it.
So I'm like,
I
yeah,
support
let's
the Wayans,
go.
man.
Because if
I
we're not
support
gonna
the
get it
Wayans.
in that glory, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't
And I
do it.
don't think they would. I don't think, oh, there go the hat. You're taking it off. I don't think they would do it.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
they
would
would
hope
come
not.
back if they had like the studio, telling them what they couldn't do
Right.
and all of that.
That's always my biggest concern with movies like that, because we know why we appreciated them. We know the lines they pushed with the comedy, and if they're not allowed to do that, then let's not even go back.
Yeah, if you put restrictions on it, you might as well let the other people that used to make it after them make it.
Mm-hmm. And we saw how that went. They tried to make it PG-13, and
Right.
it didn't hit.
It wasn't the same at all.
It didn't hit the same at all. It's like that's a Wayne's brothers project. If you don't got them, you ain't got no
You
project.
don't have it.
Right.
Do something else. Do another, not another teen movie or something, but leave
Right.
Scary Movie alone. So I'm excited to see what they do with that, especially after we've dived into some horror films. I'm curious to see which
Right.
most of those horror films we talked about came after Scary Movie. So I'm interested to see if they touch on any of the James Wan stuff, since that's been so big these
I'm sure
past
they will.
2
They
Definitely
decades.
gonna
I'm
do
sure
some
they
Jordan
will.
Peele stuff. So
Oh,
I
you
want
know,
to see where they go with
yeah.
that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, they got to do that. All right. Well, welcome to the Lock Picture Podcast, where we discuss all things film and a little TV too. I'm your host, Marques, and I got my A1s in the studio, Triz and Lloyd. And before we jump into anything, please like, share, and subscribe. We can use all the support we can get, so do that for us. Being Eddie premiered on Netflix this past week, acting as a career retrospective. From stand-up stages to Hollywood superstardom, Eddie Murphy defined an era of comedy. But what makes his career so enduring? And how has he evolved through decades of change? We're diving into his breakthrough from SNL, through his box office dominance in the 80s, and his return to form in today's Hollywood. So just starting off with some background that we learned from the documentary. He started stand-up at the age of 15, and his fearless comedic style was inspired by Richard Pryor and Red Fox. And his love for creating characters started with his imitations of Peter Sellers. So what was y'all initial reactions to being Eddie?
So when he first got that ventriloquist dummy,
Right.
it made me think, because as a kid, I wanted one. My mom was like, hell no. she ain't let me get it. So it's like, Mom, if you'd have let me get that, I could have been the next Eddie Murphy. That's your fault.
Damn.
But no, growing up, I knew who he was, but I wasn't familiar with how everything started. So to me, it was amazing to see that whole path that he had.
Young.
Yeah.
He was young.
Not knowing in those movies he's like 20 years old.
Yeah.
It was cool.
The youngest, I believe he's the youngest Saturday Night Live cast member. Pete Davidson might have broken his record, but they're like neck and neck
Really?
at 19. Yeah. Would you go see the ventriloquist stand-up special?
I would. That shit was funny.
I would go see
I
that
would
too. I'm
definitely
like,
go.
Eddie, make that.
I would
Make that.
definitely
The
go
Richard
see it.
Pryor and Bill Cosby
And
dummies.
Paul Mooney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would be hilarious.
That should be a project for sure. What about you, Lloyd?
I mean, same thing, man. Just seeing how he started. Because I didn't even know that when he got on SNL that they didn't want them. They wanted the original cast back. I didn't know that. So that was something new I learned. I mean, just learning new things that you don't know about him. Obviously, you know who his heroes are, his inspirations, and just seeing how he maneuvered through just Hollywood, man. I mean, it was pretty cool.
And what's crazy about the whole SNL thing, he ended up becoming the biggest thing out of SNL. Arguably, I mean, you
Right.
might try to argue that a Mike Myers or a Steve Martin, but Eddie Murphy, I still don't think they were touching
I
Eddie
think it was
Murphy at
Eddie
his
for
peak.
sure.
But he had classic characters like Buckwheat, Mr. Robinson, Gumby, and he recently, or 2 or 3 years ago, came back to SNL for the first time since he left and hosted. And he brought back some of those characters. Bro, that was one of the funniest shows they had put on in, I would say, 20 years. I mean, every sketch was pure fire. And you could tell, like, if someone else had done it, it might not have worked, but it was just his energy and like his facial expressions. They did one because it was a Christmas episode. So they did one where they were documenting the elves at the North Pole, and some polar bears broke into the gate and start ravaging the community and like just killing all the little elves. And so it's like news footage, and he's one of the witnesses that comes on the news, and he's all irate and like, oh my God, they killing everybody. Bro, that, if you haven't seen it, YouTube
Check it out.
I'm about to look that one
YouTube
up.
it. That shit, his energy makes that skit just hilarious. So it's interesting to know that he wasn't even, that cast wasn't even wanted. And then
Right.
for a while, it was the Eddie Murphy show. Like he was running it. People were tuning in just to watch
see
Eddie.
Eddie.
And then the fact that he had beef with them, like I never knew that either. So learning that in there, and then like what it came from one little skit, one little saying, but I understood where he was coming from too. If jokes had to pass through all of these channels, then it's like y'all let this fly.
Oh,
After
the David
everything,
Talking about David Spade,
yeah.
yeah, that was garbage.
After everything that I did,
David Spade,
Right.
David Spade called Eddie Murphy a fallen star.
Joe Dirt.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's because his star never even risen.
Had nowhere to fall from.
He had nowhere to fall from.
You know, that shit was crazy, but I understood where he was coming from. I was like, that makes sense.
No, for sure. Yeah, I
makes sense.
understand that.
Yeah, because
Like, why would they allow that through all of those channels to make it to the episode? What did they have against Eddie?
to be in the news.
Yeah, they wanted
clout.
that. Yeah, I guess so, man. It was gonna bring some attention.
But the
It's
funny
gonna
thing
bring
is, that
attention.
movie was hilarious, though. So, like,
Which
it was after
movie?
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah. Well, David Spade wouldn't know nothing about that.
yeah, that wasn't made for him.
That wasn't made,
It wasn't
that wasn't
made
made
for
for
him.
him at all.
Hell, it wasn't made for the people that made Saturday Night Live.
No.
Facts.
And he's like and I don't know if the 80s, if they were involved in that, but typically these Saturday Night Live people, they make their first movies through Lorne Michaels, the creator of Saturday Night Live. He usually has some hand in it or whatever. So, and like watching his early 80s films, I don't think they had anything to do with it. So I'm wondering if that's part of it too, where Eddie could say, I did this.
Yeah.
My film
made
career is solely on me, not you. So I'm wondering if that's part of it. Because Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler, all them other dudes, their films had been produced by Lorne Michaels or executive produced. He had some hand in it. So I'm wondering if that's part of it. He was a little salty.
That makes sense.
Maybe. You
make a
know,
lot of sense.
I'm speculating. But anyway, so we go from Saturday Night Live, which he was 19. He had started stand-up when he was 15 years old. By 19, he's on one of the biggest
Right.
shows in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, made it his own, thriving by 19. And then he jumps from there and makes his film debut 2 years after with 48 Hours. And that's what started his whole film career. Have you guys seen 48 Hours?
I did.
Yep.
It's one of those that you've seen it a while ago, but I definitely, it's not a great amount of Eddie Murphy movies that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I watched it for the first time this weekend. This was one of the ones that I had heard about, never seen. And now with being Eddie all on Netflix, you know, all these other streaming services, they're letting the floodgates open. And so you can catch almost all of his films. So if you haven't
Right.
seen an Eddie Murphy film, now's your time to
them
try to
out.
catch it for free if you have that subscription. 48 Hours. Watched it. That movie was pretty dope. I was kind of skeptical because it's like early 80s. I'm like, this is going to be cheesy. It's going to be corny. But I was surprised at how dramatic some of the material was. And he was pulling it off. Like, he was doing his thing. I was like, oh, first movie?
Right. You
First
thinking you're just a
movie.
comedy
Yeah.
guy.
Bro, that was kind of dope. And so I was doing some research, and 48 Hours is apparently the first, I don't know if it's the first, but it was the catalyst for the rest of the buddy cop films that came after it. So right after you get Lethal Weapon, then in the 90s you get Bad Boys, you get Rush Hour, but this was supposed to be that starting point, I guess, for
Makes
the buddy
sense.
cop genre.
That's crazy.
So I was like, oh, okay.
Mr. Murphy wasn't familiar with your game.
Yeah.
God damn.
no, that's what's up.
So then he goes on, he does 48 Hours, he does Trading Places, he
Trading
does
Places.
Beverly Hills Cop.
With Trading Places, that blew my mind that was supposed to be Richard Pryor
yeah,
and Gene
Gene
Wilder.
Wilder.
And it was like, that actually makes sense. Like,
All the sense in the world.
that makes, man, what?
The whole
It
time I
definitely
watched
does.
it, I was like, I could
would've been
picture Gene
hilarious.
Wilder.
Oh, you
and-
can literally
and Richard
picture
Pryor.
both of them.
But
Yeah.
it's right after he set himself on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog, that movie, granted, the movie was great as is. Them two, I don't know. That shit would have been crazy.
I think it would have been better.
You think
Yeah.
it would have been?
With
I
Richard
didn't know,
Pryor
I didn't know if
and-
I wanted to say better because, I mean, Gene Wilder, I don't know. I wouldn't just go out and say better, but being Richard Pryor,
Him and
to me,
Gene
he's
Wilder?
the number one
Yeah.
as far as
Yeah.
comedy
Yeah.
goes. So I could see me saying that just based on it supposed to have been Richard Pryor, but man, they killed that shit.
They did, but the tandem of Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, the chemistry that they had on screen and all of the movies they did together, it was unmatched.
Yeah. That's what I'm going off of. Now, this is a movie I also had not seen until this weekend.
Oh, man.
So I am fresh.
We we used to do it as kids on the skateboards.
Hell yeah.
Rolling up to the gate.
He's like, oh, I can see. Oh, I have legs.
I am not as high on this movie as everyone else.
You didn't like it?
It was okay.
Wow.
I was like,
Mortimer.
okay.
Come on, bro.
what?
That was tough.
It was cool.
The
homegirl in
social
there, too?
experiment, bro.
I like the idea.
It was a
but
gentleman's bet, wasn't it?
It was a gentleman's
yeah,
bet.
I
Darling.
like
They
the
could
idea.
trade places, introduce him into, you know what I'm saying, and he'd fall victim to crime. He'd be a, subject of success, and over $1 completely uprooted two individuals' lives.
Yeah. I love the idea. I was expecting more. I had heard so much about the movie. I was just
don't know. I
expecting
thought
more.
that movie was
And now
tight.
and that's why I said I feel like Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor, I might have enjoyed that one more because I feel like they have more chemistry than Dan Aykroyd and
See,
Eddie
I'm gonna have to
Murphy.
go look and see at that point in time how many movies had Wilder and Pryor done.
Oh.
because that's gonna tell you how
Yeah.
much chemistry they might have,
Yeah.
built up at that point.
I know Stir Crazy was before that, and then they did some, I think, in the late 70s. So I would say at least 2.
So at least 2. I mean, so they definitely would have had some chemistry.
But
built,
the thing that struck me, and this is 2025 me, is the blackface.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
You talking about with the ape or the?
No, when Dan Aykroyd towards the end where they catch dude on the train or whatever, and he's supposed to be Jamaican.
Yep.
No, that shit was funny though.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
It was funny, but I was just like,
but see, that's what I mean.
Oh, wow.
Offended.
I wasn't offended. No,
but it made you think about being like someone being offended.
I'm in my living room. I looked around like anybody else see it?
But there's a difference between like malicious intent and just like comedy.
Nah, but that's the thing though. You didn't even question it back then. It was just comedy.
Yeah.
What was that 82, 83? That was comedy. Now you have to think like, oh shit, can we laugh at this?
Yeah.
Which goes back to, the opening where I'm like, depending on how they do the scary movie joint, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know, man. I thought Trading Places.
I love the movie.
It'll circle back a little bit later, but I thought Trading Places.
Maybe we can get an AI
hilarious.
version of Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder doing that. And I'd watch it.
I would watch it.
I'd watch it.
I cannot stand this AI shit.
I can't either. But when they do shit like that,
I can't stand it.
But like, make it be that script. Don't have them saying all wild shit going off the cuff. Have it be tight to the script, and I'll watch it.
If it was ours to have, we would have had it. I just can't appreciate the
I feel
AI
you.
shit in that,
You know why we didn't have it? Ether.
bro.
And then he wrapped up that run while he was on Saturday Night Live with Beverly Hills Cop.
Now, please tell me you like Beverly Hills
Yes.
Cop. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, man.
No,
That theme music is some of the.
Now, that's classic scoring or theme music, whatever you want to call it.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that was dope. And he did all of that while he was on Saturday Night Live.
And to me, that the relationship between, and I don't know the character's name, but between Axel and his lieutenant or his superior is the same, in my opinion, Chris Tucker and his in the Rush Hour series.
Mm-hmm.
I think they kind of,
That makes
brought
sense.
a little of that.
That makes sense.
Because he stayed pissing dude off.
Yeah. No, I can see that. But it's crazy to revisit all of this after the documentary because you hear so much, you hear about all this influence that Eddie Murphy had. And I feel like by the time we were coming up and watching movies, he had already transitioned into that family friendly, the Nutty Professor, Dr. Dolittle.
We're talking about a movie that was born in 82, 83, or that came out in 82, 83. The oldest one in his room is born in 87.
Right.
So, that kind of makes it hard to see him at his peak.
Yeah. Oh, no. And I get that. But it was just, it was kind of eye-opening because there was when Martin and Will were doing one of the latest Bad Boys, I think they were filming in Tyler Perry Studios. And I believe Eddie was doing Coming to America. He was filming something at the studio too, and there was a post where Martin and Will went to go visit Eddie. It had to have been Coming to America because Tracy Morgan was there too.
I saw it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And they were just, like fangirling over Eddie and just, throwing all this praise at him. And I'm like,
it was crazy that in the documentary,
but it's like, aren't y'all about the same generation? But they're not.
Nope,
Eddie
not.
proceeded.
Right, he was the
that.
bricklayer that made the road for them to follow.
Yeah. So just having that kind of explained in the documentary and then going back and watching it, it was just like,
because who was it? Adam Sandler talking about Chris Rock. Like, then what'd he say? Then what'd he say?
Right.
And I'm thinking like, dog, like, you're who you are, but
see, that's the thing.
At that time,
you're just even when, because there was something that Dave Chappelle said in the doc, and he was talking about when they shot the Nutty Professor, and that was his first time meeting him and stuff. And he said you can just feel the energy from him doing, was Buddy Love on the back end of the shoots, and the energy was different because it was just Eddie Murphy really, and he said, but they know that he's a comedy legend. We don't know that I'm gonna be a comedy legend. So in that moment, he realizes who he is, but still, I'm just Dave Chappelle, man. I tell jokes for a living.
Right.
You don't look at yourself as at least not the humble ones and the ones who, carry themselves the right way. They don't say, man, I'm so-and-so. You should, So I could see them being like, that was my hero. That was my idol. Like, what did he say next? Did you talk to him? You got to. So that shit kind of cool to really see that.
And it was, I think the doc did a really good, made it really clear what the landscape was like when Eddie was on the rise and in his peak, because they talked about how there wasn't really a huge black movie star at that time. Like Richard was the one guy in the 70s. You had Sidney, who was the guy in the 60s. But then also to put context around the NBA and how the NBA wasn't what it is today, and those guys weren't rock stars like they are now. So he was like a black rock star.
Yeah,
he was that dude. He was that dude,
man. Eddie.
Right, it's like a newfound appreciation for him, even though it's like you love this work and all of that. But then it's like watching that, it's like I want to go back and put him on my Mount Rushmore. You know what I mean?
He
like,
damn near deserve a place, bro.
And I ain't taking on nobody off. We just gonna chisel another motherfucker
add
up
another
there.
face. Yep. I mean, so if we keep going through the 80s, after Beverly Hills Cop, he leaves Saturday Night Live. I think he spent 3 or 4 seasons on Saturday Night Live, which is also mind-boggling to me because his characters are still quoted and remembered. That's 40 years later, and to think that a lot of the people that have that kind of reverence from that show, they spent twice
the time, right?
Twice the time, But if we keep going through the 80s, we get to Beverly Hills Cop 2. He makes a sequel, which is successful. I didn't see that one. Did y'all see Beverly Hills Cop 2?
I've seen it.
I've seen it, but it doesn't do anything for me like the first one.
Yeah.
I'll go watch the first one today. Like it just came out.
The Golden Child. I haven't seen that.
I've not seen that
That's one on the list that I have not seen.
Yeah, and that's on one of the streaming services. So I was like, I'm gonna check that out. I didn't get a chance to squeeze it in this weekend. And then one of my favorites, Coming to America.
Coming to America.
So he talks about creating characters. I don't know if he did it in this doc, but I know he did it in there was an HBO, or was it HBO? Somebody did a first on the call sheet documentary.
Oh, that was
Apple?
Apple TV.
Apple TV. Was that Issa or Lena? One of the two, or that might have been Jamie. Anyway.
Yeah, first on the call sheet.
First on the call sheet. But one of these docs, he talks about his love of Peter Sellers, and that's where he got the idea and the desire to play multiple characters. I believe this is the first film we see that in. Like I said, I didn't see Golden Child or Beverly Hills Cop 2.
I think he's just talking about for Eddie.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say because Richard Pryor did it.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about Eddie.
Well,
obviously, because he saw Peter Sellers do it. So
right.
No, I'm not saying he was the first, but I mean for Eddie being the first time that he incorporated that love of, coming up with all these different characters, I believe happens in Coming to America.
Yeah.
And it's done brilliantly.
That part in the doc was hilarious, where he said Jesse Jackson came up to him and was like, "Man,
I thought it was Al.
It was Jesse.
It was Jesse.
Yeah.
He was like, "You gonna get these old men some work?"
Yeah.
He said, "Motherfucker, that's me."
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
The Jewish character,
hilarious. So, ha
ha. What is that? Velvet? I still say that to this day. To this day, that is one of my go-to.
Who gonna clean this shit up? Like them characters were golden, dog.
That was a funny ass movie, and the fact that they were all uniquely their own individual person.
But the fact that movie
tough.
too was based pretty much about him. Like, how do I find love now that I made it to this stardom,
right?
And everybody's just here.
Yeah.
So he take a rich dude from Africa coming, like, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Nah,
That
was
was
fly.
brilliant.
That was fly.
Yeah.
That's definitely like, I mean, I know we'll get into that later, but that's got to be on everybody's top 5 Eddie Murphy movies. It's got to be.
I would hope so.
I would hope so. There's no way
I would
around
hope
that
so.
one. There's no way around that one.
Continuing on, we get to, I think I skipped Raw. Raw is somewhere up in the late 80s.
87.
So yeah, it was before I skipped it because yeah, it was before Coming to America, Beverly Hills Cop 2. That is, I think it's still, I don't know if Kevin Hart broke the record yet. Because there was some talk with one of his specials possibly beating Eddie's record, but it was the highest grossing concert movie of all time. Richard Pryor had recently set the record in like 82 or 83.
What was that, Live at the Sunset Strip?
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
And that one grossed, I think it was like 39 million, and Raw did 50 million.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Had the leather suit, always a leather suit. You know,
because of Elvis. That threw me. That threw me a little bit in the joint. He said he wanted to be, what he say, funny as Richard, big, cool as Elvis, and big as the Beatles.
Yeah, he did it.
He did his thing.
Yeah,
dog.
he did it.
He did his thing.
How does that rank amongst comedy specials for you guys? Because, and I ask that because there's so much talk about Eddie as a stand-up comedian, and yet we have never seen, he has never done stand-up in our lifetime, at least publicly. And
I mean, that's fair.
You really have Delirious and Raw holding up.
I mean, but when it's
his
like
legacy.
that, it's like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's at least from Raw, I don't remember a great deal of Delirious, but Raw, there's a lot of quotables in there and stuff that I laugh at, and stuff that's even like relatable. Because when he's talking about the McDonald's burger,
Oh man.
oh my god, dog,
Everybody know that burger.
Right.
man,
You've had that burger
Welfare,
before.
the welfare
pepper burger and shit.
You've had that burger.
We used to always ask, hey man, can we go get McDonald's? Our dad always used to be like, we got McDonald's at the house. We eating McTim's tonight. Everybody want that shit.
Man.
Like, so that
Got a
is
red
always gonna
thumbprint
stick with me,
smashed in
dog.
that
That shit is
Uh-huh.
hilarious, man.
It's the imagery that he paints is so vivid because you see it. It takes you right back to your experience.
Yeah.
Right back. The whole ice cream truck.
That shit was hilarious.
Yep.
But one of the reasons why I would pay to see him do the ventriloquist Richard Pryor Bill Cosby is because of this. His whole conversation that he does in Raw where Bill Cosby
Oh, man.
and then he calls Richard.
I would like to talk to you
I used to drive around listening to that.
about some things you said in your show. Dog, he
Said the
was-
boy Enos.
said my wife Camille's in the kitchen.
Said I need money for a ticket.
He did. So he recently was honored with the Mark Twain Prize, or I think that's what it's called. Maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, and he gave a short acceptance speech, but he wrapped it up with the whole what if Bill Cosby, because this was right after Bill had got arrested. He was like, what if Bill Cosby just came back and was just like, fuck all you niggas, and just went raw, and he went out. But
It was funny at the end where he did the voices. He's like, nigga, you put them pills in there.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
That shit was funny as hell.
Oh my goodness.
I would definitely go see that show though.
Oh,
Without
yeah.
a doubt.
I'm
Without
paying
a
money to
doubt.
go see Eddie come back. I'm paying money to go see that. Next we get another classic, Harlem Nights. His only directorial effort. First
Which
and
is
last.
crazy.
Fire.
Which is crazy.
And I think he
But it's
I think
crazy
he touched
why.
on that because it got panned so bad that he just never went back.
He an artist and he's sensitive about his shit.
That movie was That
But you
should
got to
be-
think the people that probably weren't feeling it. It wasn't made for
wasn't.
them. Those
It
in
wasn't.
charge and running those publications, it wasn't.
What was the
made
dude naming
for
her?
them.
Phil Cantone. They were all him that
Yeah. Like
did that. Because
that's
no
why
way.
I never really, especially during those times, those 60s, 70s, 80s, we're being, rated and ranked by people who cannot stand our existence.
Yeah.
So you got to take a lot of that shit with a grain of salt. If us in the culture in our community, if we loved it, it's all that fucking matters. And I get it. These actors, they and directors as well, they go out there and they do their job. They like to be applauded for it. And, some of the different organizations that I guess have that privilege of saying who was the best or what was the best. Of course, we're not going to get those nods all the time. They don't care about us. So, even though we know that, we still aspire sometime to get that. And when we don't, stings a little bit. But it shouldn't, because we fuck with all of these projects.
Yeah.
You
When
know
did
what
he
I mean?
do the Oscars?
Like 87.
So I wonder if that played into it too.
88. It was around that time.
For what he said about us not bringing up the rear and, all of that. Because, even I learned in the doc, because I've heard that before.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they pretty much erased his
88.
Existence.
So it was right before that movie came out. So I know that had to play a major effect. They was
yeah.
like, yeah, fuck that movie and fuck him.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Because what's interesting is if you look at his filmography, excluding his stand up, it's pretty middle of the road. He's co-starring with another famous white lead, and it's not very racial. I mean, besides the trading places. But it's still safe for them, to enjoy. And then Coming to America, that's his first all black cast. But it's not raunchy. It's still pretty safe, middle of the road, safe for them to, oh yeah, we can enjoy this, from a distance. Harlem Nights is when
they took over.
It starts to be like, no, I'm not making stuff for everyone anymore.
Right.
I'm making this for me and for people like me.
See, so then do you think that's why, because the next movie, and I'm going to, jump in a little bit, the next movie was another 48. Do you think they tried to kind of, all right, hold on, we ain't finna do all this black shit.
Maybe.
Right, because
Go
it came
find
8
Nick
years
Nolte.
later after the first one.
Yeah.
Let's get back in line.
Maybe.
But then right after that,
Boom.
he did the one that shook them to their core.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised because, like we mentioned, he never directed another film again either. So it was just kind of like, almost like it was course correction. I can't do that yet. And it's weird because there was always this talk. I believe Spike Lee used to always criticize Eddie Murphy for the types of films that he was doing and wanting him, I guess, to do more black films and hire, more black crew members and, really fight that fight that he was fighting.
Yeah.
And it felt like he was kind of going in that direction and then was like, oh, well, dipped his toe in it, I guess you could say. But Harlem Nights was also a reason to work with his idols too. So
Right.
And
Which was
they
dope.
held it down like
That
everybody.
movie is hilarious.
Yeah. Beginning
Top
to
5
end.
funniest movie of all time.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So
And-
that's why
and
it's so
legends.
shocking that he didn't direct anything else.
yeah.
Well, I know he didn't direct it by title, but I'm pretty sure his influence and some of his, just on set direction, like, oh, I think it'd be funny if you did, or this will land. I'm pretty sure we had some of that, but I don't recall if he said in the doc as to why he hadn't directed again. But I wonder if it's like you said, because they, they kind of ranked on it so bad, and he just felt like, damn. You have that moment of reflection, like, damn, did I do a bad job? Was it? You know what I'm saying?
Well, he said he recently rewatched it and he was like, "This is good. What y'all? What
You know
was
what I mean?
y'all
So
on?"
probably
That
within
movie
that
is
time, that was probably
a
the
classic.
issue.
Yeah.
The movie is hilarious.
Well, you brought it up, so we
You
get
damn
to now we're in the 90s. I do want to mention he did star in Michael Jackson's "Remember the Time," one of my
Facts.
favorite
Right.
music videos. And apparently he had everyone cracking up behind the scenes. So just a note on that. But we get to Boomerang. Boomerang featured Halle Berry in one of her first major roles. We got Robin Givens. We got the legend Eartha Kitt. We got David Allen Greer. We got Martin Lawrence in one of his first film roles. We got Chris Rock, and I believe his film debut. Who else?
Layla Rashawn.
John Witherspoon, Layla Rashawn, Tisha Campbell as the nosy neighbor.
Yeah.
It was
that
packed
was
with
hilarious.
Packed with our culture for
That
sure.
was packed.
Oh man, and I think they showed this in the doc, where he went on the Tonight Show and was talking to Jay Leno, and they read a review, and they were like, "Where are the white people?"
Yep.
Oh my god,
That's how they really felt in 1992. That's how they felt. That
So we can't just
could
have
not.
our own.
Yeah. Like we could. That's what I'm saying. You got to take a lot of that shit with a grain of salt, man.
and it's like, how many movies do we have to sit through where we don't see a brother or a sister in sight,
But even to Eddie's
and there's
point,
never anything said about it?
because even to the point, Eddie's point in that doc where he talks about they didn't trip out on Boys in the Hood. You know, they didn't. They had nothing to say about. You ain't see no white. I think you saw what, maybe one white person in Boys in the Hood, if that. But you didn't see that, and there was no outrage. There was no, criticism, nothing about it. But soon as we have one where you talking about successful, well-to-do black people running stuff, then it's like, okay, this is not true. This would never happen. What is going on here? And they were upset about it.
Right, it should have been a white boss in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere running the company.
Right. Like, get the fuck out of here.
No, one of my favorite scenes is the what is it? The dinner scene where Halle's with David Allen Greer and they come over with his parents.
Oh my god.
And they let John Witherspoon do his whole little bit about his suit.
God.
Oh, I had to listen to my dad quote that anytime we got dressed up. And it was
That
like
is hilarious.
matchy. It was always, see, you gotta coordinate. You got to coordinate.
Said most people stop right there.
Yeah.
So you
No,
didn't
no.
stop. you just That's a funny ass movie.
Another movie that I have not seen, but it is on my list, and it's because of TikTok. This scene that keeps popping up on TikTok and IG and YouTube, The Distinguished Gentleman.
Never seen it.
There's a scene on the elevator. I don't know what it's about, but Della Reese is on the elevator and she looks over to Eddie Murphy and I guess he's a congressman, and she said, are you gonna be grabbing my ass like old Congressman such and such? And he was like, oh no. And she was like, well, what's wrong with my ass? And somebody in the old black dude in the corner, he pop in, he was like, I'll grab your ass. Bro, that clip, and I'm just like, what is this from? And it's from The Distinguished Gentleman. So I'm like, that's on my list.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to
I've
find
not
that
seen that one.
I'm gonna have to find that and
that's
send that
another
to
one I
y'all because
haven't
that
seen.
is
funny as
hilarious.
hell.
Then we get into the Beverly Hills Cop that I originally saw. That's the third
The
one.
third one. Gotcha.
Yeah, we can keep going. That
Yep.
it ain't like the first one, but then we get to Vampire in Brooklyn.
That was great.
I think that's
classic.
underappreciated.
That was
I
great.
think that's underappreciated.
That used to scare me.
really
Oh, that used to scare me. Kadeem, when his limbs and stuff was falling off.
Yeah, that shit again. John Witherspoon, but that
Oh yeah.
funny ass film, dog. And he played multiple characters in there.
Mhm. Oh yeah, the pastor.
The pastor was
that
the
was probably
one.
the funniest one.
The he get some evil ass.
This is good. And the crowd like, yeah.
Dog, that is a fun. Had him go to church outside in the dark.
he about to catch
He
on
ain't
fire,
finna
that
be in the
motherfucker.
church. Yeah.
It's out in here.
Oh man,
That was
a
brilliant.
funny-ass movie.
That was
And
brilliant.
then when he was Alan Payne, when they were at the police station, and he's walking by, him and Angela Bassett had a thing going on in the movie. And then they had a little moment where they was upset. He said, "Yeah, I know you. Yeah, you beast fucked up. You did it. You,
Oh, that's white dude, right? Wasn't he like white?
That shit was, you beast fucked up." I would randomly say this dumbass shit.
Eddie Murphy funny as hell, dog.
Dog.
Did y'all know that movie was directed by Wes Craven?
No, I did not.
know
Yeah.
that.
I did not know that.
That was a Wes Craven film. Yeah.
That shit was good.
And then they tried to shit on him on Saturday Night Live with that. That's crazy.
Yep.
That was good.
And what's also weird about that is that was a film that was, at least as far as I can remember, kind of first of its kind. Because what other black horror films?
Right.
And I don't even know if you would consider that horror. It's kind of a mixture of a bunch of genres, but it's like, bro, David Spade, shut up.
Please shut the fuck up.
Then we get to the big dog, the Nutty Professor. The Nutty Professor.
Funny ass.
To this day, I will argue with anybody, Eddie Murphy should have won an Oscar for the Nutty Professor.
For sure.
There is nobody, maybe in the past, I don't know. I'm talking about 90s onward. Nobody could have played those dinner scenes with that whole family and make it feel like there were
Multiple people there. Yeah.
7 different people there.
Facts. That's the whole thing about it. It was the execution in it.
Yeah.
Not even just the idea.
You got the timing, the everything, the cadence for everything to just fall in place.
Man,
he bodied.
that was
Because I know
a
he
masterclass.
touched on it in the doc where he was saying like during makeup, he would just like the guy would just ask him questions. He's answering it in like different voices and trying to see what they would sound like and build it that way. So I thought getting that insight was dope.
And what I would love to ask him about the Nutty Professor specifically is during those scenes, because you just got all this little banter. How much of that was scripted, and how much
of
were
it
you
is
just improv by yourself?
By yourself.
It's not like you ripping off the other actors. You're by yourself, and I ask that because I forget who's the focal point, but they're talking, and then as the mom, he's just back there. He just starts singing "Amazing Grace" and rubbing the kid's head or something. Like, what? Where did that come from?
It's crazy because looking back, it's like to do that, something has to be wrong with you.
Hey, it's that fine line between
Genius and insanity. Yeah, because but I mean, like you said, I don't see anybody else pulling that off.
Yeah.
Even if they could have, nobody else did.
I don't think they had
not to that level.
The gall to do it.
That's why
I would be terrified.
Like when you talk about a great or the best actor of the year or the best performance of the year, for that to not win, you cannot. I don't give a fuck
not even
what
be
came
nominated.
out. I don't care what came out. Nothing topped the performance. We're not talking about how you felt or if the scene moved. The performance. One guy played this many characters,
an entire family.
And it felt like
A real family.
a real family.
Yep.
That is execution at the highest degree.
The only one that wasn't him was a little fat kid.
Yeah.
And Jada.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Incredible work.
It felt grounded. It felt like a real family. Like, I could walk in here and this is how.
Straight
I
up.
It
know
was
this
very
family.
authentic. And the funny thing is, a lot of family, they look like the lineage, like the looks just keep dropping down. So it was so believable watching it. Yeah, he should have got something.
Do y'all think the Sherman's brother kind of looked like Charlie? No? Is that just me? Because every time I watch it, I'm just like, did they model this after Charlie? Because this kind of looked like a fat Charlie. Because to me, they don't look alike. Eddie and Charlie
No,
don't
they
look
don't
alike.
look alike.
But him as the brother looked like a fat Charlie to me.
It's funny. That's Fat Charlie.
Fat Charlie.
When he said
Charlie
that
Murphy.
his dad was the life of the party, like when he was talking about his dad for that brief part of the doc, it's like I wonder how funny he was because like normally when you have people they talk about their parents like, oh, your dad used to hoop, he used to ball, and like the kid be like dope. So it's like how good
Not
was
me.
he?
At all.
So it's like how funny was his dad if he actually went into the world of comedy?
Yeah.
Like what would that have looked like for him? I just wondered that while watching it because I'm like, the stuff passes down, and if he was that back then at that time, it was like what would have been for everybody, you know, if provided the opportunity.
There's always that darkness to all the comedic legends. They all got some sort of shade of darkness to their lives. Feel like that's what gives them their edge, their perspective, or whatever, or that's their coping mechanism. Is they have to view life a little bit differently because of whatever they experience. Then we start getting into animation with Mulan. He gets into he starts his family friendly kick with Dr. Dolittle. And then another film I never saw, heard a lot about, Holy Man.
Oh boy, I'm looking at the list and I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, you ain't see Bowfinger?
I haven't seen that either.
Dog. Eddie Murphy.
That is like high on my list.
Eddie Murphy was dog.
Now he played multiple.
I heard. Yeah,
But he didn't
with the
have
braces though.
Oh my god.
I heard. No, that's on my list.
Yeah, I guess so.
But that's one that's not. You got to pay for it. Nobody's streaming that.
Oh
And I'm
my
like,
goodness, dog.
There's ways around that. We'll talk off the pod.
Yeah.
That shit is hilarious.
But Bowfinger actually is like very well regarded critically as well. But,
Well, you know why? Who was his counterpart?
Steve
Right.
Martin.
So
Yeah.
that's And
And
not
he-
to say
and I
that
guess
it
he
wasn't
wrote it, too.
deserved.
Steve Martin wrote it, too.
Yeah. So he pitched Eddie on that one, but
I like Steve.
I do too. Absolutely.
What about Holy Man? Have y'all seen that one?
I've seen it once.
Yeah, I've seen Holy
I've seen
Man.
it once.
Was it good? No.
Yeah,
I can't say
okay.
I remember it like
Yeah.
I remember the others.
it's not
And
one.
that's the movie he passed Rush Hour for. He passed on Rush Hour for. At least that's what
But see
the
now,
internet streets are saying.
if he did no, I think you sent the video where he said that.
I know he said Rush Hour was one of his regrets, but I don't know if he did it say in that
No,
video?
I don't think
If
it
it was
said
for
if it
Holy
was
Man at the
for
same time?
Holy Man.
So then
yeah.
let's just check the times that they came out. But,
both 98.
oh, so then it had to be.
I don't know, man.
But it's like if you already had the Axel Foley role, like do Rush Hour, like it's in that, like, do you do that same? And I think that's probably why he stepped away from it, to not do the same.
It's the same as 48 Hours.
Listen, I mean, Eddie would have done his thing.
He would've.
But I'm so glad
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we got Chris Tucker.
for sure.
Yeah.
he brought something else
so
to it.
glad we got Chris Tucker.
Yeah. That would be an interesting watch though.
I would
And I'm
like-
surprised
I
he
like
didn't
it.
do that being a fan. I mean, this might be a little racist, but being a fan of Bruce Lee, you would think that he would be like, "Oh yeah,
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan. It's the
I
next
wonder how
best
him
thing."
and Jackie would have been on because Chris and Jackie are
Perfect.
perfection.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
it's funny. Like we hear about that and we're like, damn, they were supposed to do that. But I think a lot of the times with what we got, even going back to the Gene Wilder and
Yeah.
Right.
what we got is what we were supposed to have, and it
supposed to
worked.
have.
Yeah, for sure. Then we got another big one. It wasn't big in the box office when it came out, but I think since its release, it has gained a life of its own. It's quoted all the time. It's one of my favorites. I know it's one of y'all favorites.
100%.
Life. With
1000%.
Lawrence.
That's got to be like the greatest buddy comedy of all time.
Man,
That movie is too funny.
and then you throw in all those other comedians and you just let them
Man.
rip.
Bernie.
It's perfection.
Yeah,
And I
man.
just saw a post.
It's tough to top that one.
Somebody just posted that they were today years old when they realized that Rick James was the
Spanky Johnson.
Bro, and I
Spanky
was
Johnson?
like, I realized that
Doesn't
like a
ring a bell.
year ago.
See, Spanky, you
I
had
was
to do
watching
that,
it, I was
Jim.
like,
Yeah, Square, he ain't know who he's messing with.
I said, is that?
You did.
Man,
Yeah, I was like, is that Rick
Left him.
James?
that movie has probably, like, I quote that movie probably more than any other
Yeah,
movie.
it's not too many that probably.
And what's crazy is him and Martin are so perfect together. I always wondered why they didn't do more movies. And I'm wondering if it's because the box office wasn't what it was supposed to be or what they thought it should be.
But
I don't know,
it's
that
funny
movie was
because it
perfect.
seems like after this whole Oscar thing, they just tanked the shit that he was working on. Because there's no way, like Life, I don't give a fuck when you see it. If you've seen it back then, if you see it now for the first time, that movie is hilarious.
Timeless.
And it's just as funny now as it was back then.
Swear.
Like
It's
there's
timeless. And I know that movie front to back, top to bottom.
What?
And again, it's another one I will watch it like it just came out.
Even when he was talking about King Woodbine, he said,
"Hey, you better take some of that glare off your stuff."
man, he said must be one of them retard mistakes. Like you can't get away with shit like that now.
Oh, man.
And
No,
That's a funny ass movie.
Hilarious.
When they were in there, that cornbred scene. Oh my
yeah.
God. That shit was hilarious.
but then
When he
him-
got his
yes,
ass
he gonna
whooped
eat
by
his cornbread.
Goldmouth. He said, I know a bitch named Della hit harder than you. The Harlem Nights Nine.
Hell
Like, dog,
yeah.
they clowned
And then
in that
even
movie.
You
that
know
whole
that
fight.
that set was.
I don't know how they were
I would
able
have wanted to be
film.
an extra on there.
Yeah.
I don't know
I would have
how.
got kicked off like, nigga, you keep
ruined
laughing.
this
You
shot.
out of here.
Man, because
fucking
even
up the
seeing like
shot.
the outtakes when they in the pod or the cell
Yeah.
dormitory or
So what's wrong?
whatever.
Your mustache too big?
What's wrong? Your mustache too big, dog. Hilarious, man.
Man, nah. He said,
When
oh,
his
shit, I
cell
almost got
phone
stung by a
rang in the
bee.
car.
When he's in 19, they got cell phones in 1935.
One of these.
You know, like,
But even that, when he was talking about the watch, the whole my favorite one is when he just got beat gambling. And he was like, where that girl?
what girl?
What girl? What girl? Next time I come in here, whatever bitch I start choking, that's what girl.
Like, dog. That whole sequence when they went down there to gamble and play.
Oh my God.
From Martin talking to the you got any money, Claude? Yeah. Like him
Yeah.
talking to her, going to do their thing, and then Eddie Murphy's like, well, I guess we both got
He said,
fucked.
while you were doing the Lord's work, I was over here getting fucked by one of these.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He said I was
That's a
getting
classic.
jacklegged by one of these waitresses and one of these fucking farmers.
That
Like
is
him
a
in there,
classic.
like
Oh my God.
I cannot see anybody else. Like I don't never.
No,
doing
you
that
can't.
role.
You can't do that movie with any. You can't replace anybody in that cast. It was like the perfect
Nobody.
combination, the perfect mixture of
Even-
Why you think they call him
personalities and-
Jangling?
jangling,
So you
jangling.
gonna find out before I do.
That
Even when
was-
he read the letter, he said,
Oh
"Dog
my
died."
God.
The dog got worms. Dog died too.
Anybody else got any letters?
Oh,
No.
Oh, we literally could do an entire episode on life.
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
That
And it's not even a
movie is
comedy, which is
fucking-
fucked up. It's just
No,
funny.
because the story, the actual story
it's
is
dark.
terrible.
It's dark.
These niggas got sentenced to life in prison for a
nothing
murder
they
they
didn't
did
do.
not commit. Mm-hmm. And they spent the great majority of their life in prison.
because even when
That's
they
a
were,
horrible
but here's the
fucking
thing:
story.
when they were old, the movie got funnier.
Dog.
Because I feel like they were utilizing Eddie and Martin in the best way possible. They were doing what they do great, and that's characters. That's the aging, all of that stuff. They're good at that. So that's why I feel like the older characters.
They
were
were trying to knock you off that them bottles, put a bullet in your ass,
His
been
big-
halfway back to New York City.
His big toe slipped
Oh my God. That shit.
in the bottle. Martin running to eat
to
the
get
pie.
that pie.
He said, "That
Bullets
wasn't the
wins
problem.
by
Bro.
us."
The pie was too damn hot."
The visual of that is just hilarious.
Oh,
No, that
man.
movie is incredible.
And then what's my man name? Nunez.
Miguel Nunez.
That scene, how it was just supposed to be cut and dry, and he was supposed to be, getting out or whatever. Man, and he improv that whole, my mama
he
ain't gonna see me
bodied
like
that
this,
shit.
and get to tugging at you a little bit, and then he ran and got killed.
Yeah.
It was fucked
And
up.
it's funny because
Yeah.
the people at the camp didn't
wasn't-
want to do it.
He wasn't ready. He
that
couldn't,
was some
he
acting,
couldn't handle
man.
it.
That was some acting. So not only the comedy, but they was
But
actually in there acting.
comedians make the best actors because, for me, I feel like it's because they understand timing, and that's
That's the
all
most
acting
important
is.
part.
Yeah, timing.
You don't have to cry in your scene if you just know the timing of how.
Right, no, we couldn't.
He said, "You was scared, weren't you? Don't be scared. Don't be scared." Bro, that movie probably has the most quotables of all time.
100%.
The
Tell them about
most.
the gun line, boss.
Yeah, Camp 8.
Moving on before we go,
we gonna just
continue
stay
down
stuck on life. Straight
The whole
up.
episode gonna be live.
Get up under that motherfucker and do your thing.
Y'all niggas in New York City.
Oh,
shit.
Moving on, we get to Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps. Then we get into Shrek, Dr. Dolittle 2, the PJs. It's an animated
PJs
series.
That was
funny,
my
man.
joint.
So the PJs, I got just a
Super.
quick story. Yep, that one.
That one.
Got me an ass whooping. because I thought I was a young Eddie Murphy, I guess, and I wanted to play around and do voices and stuff. So y'all remember back in the day, you had an answering machine with tape.
Oh shit.
So one day I decided to record over my mother's was it incoming message or outgoing message?
The outgoing
message.
You left a different outgoing, bro.
So, it was very professional, jobs calling, and I did it as that character, Super. And I did this whole spiel, and I believe a job called, and they must have made a reference like, oh, it's an interesting voicemail you got. And someone was like, what? Huh? Played it and was like, I know you did not. I know you did not.
Damn. Did she get that job?
Oh shit.
I don't remember, but I got my ass whooped.
that you remember.
That I remember. Job or not, I got my ass whooped.
That is hilarious.
And then this is where, you get into the early 2000s. This is where his career sort of starts taking a left turn. It's less about box office hits and I'm just gonna list it off. So we go into Showtime with Robert De Niro, The Adventures of Pluto Nash, I Spy.
Now, I Spy?
I Spy,
Bro.
another underappreciated. I thought Showtime was good with De Niro.
I haven't seen any of these.
With De Niro?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I Spy?
I Spy is with
And that's a
Owen?
remake. Yeah, Owen Wilson.
Oh my
Dog,
god,
that
that
movie
movie
is
is
funny as
fucking
fuck.
hilarious.
Okay.
But then to even go back to the doc where his stepdad was a boxer. And he was a boxer in here. So it's like he probably knew all of that shit from growing up. I was like, that's...
So he
that's
said, "Here,
interesting."
take your ass shit, cause
Oh, my
I ain't
God.
going to no party at 8:00." Dog, that movie,
Dog,
bro.
hey, this is a song.
Oh man, the Marvin Gaye scene when he said,
No, you have
Had
to
him
watch.
singing Sexual
I
Healing.
guess
No,
so.
you
Bro,
have to watch I
the
Spy.
movie is
I will check
fucking
it out.
He said,
hilarious.
bite on the ass. They like that shit.
Said, "Be careful, bitch got long legs."
Sneak up and kick you. Oh my God, dog. That movie.
That movie funny as a bitch, though.
It feels like we just need to do like an Eddie Murphy series at this point.
Hey man, what's all this shit? You hit me hard. Boy, get the people a taste.
Oh man, it's a scene where he gets arrested, bro.
Oh my
After him and Owen
god.
Wilson get into a fight. The funniest shit. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Entire movie.
Nigga.
Okay.
Said my grandmother raised me.
These
57
niggas just
and
gonna
0,
do the
baby.
whole movie.
Dog, listen, the movie funny as hell, bro. That's why I'm like, that's another one of his that I think is extremely underappreciated.
I
that
100%
movie
agree.
is hilarious, dog.
Yeah.
Straight up.
We go into Daddy Daycare.
This where you go into like the family.
Yeah.
This where you go on the
really
run.
into
Yeah.
Family
Yeah.
Run. Daddy Daycare, The Haunted Mansion.
That was good too, though.
Yeah, that was decent.
Shrek 2. And then he takes a pivot and he does Dreamgirls. His only Oscar nomination. And he lost to Alan Arkin for Little Miss Sunshine. Now, being the Oscar guy, I have a lot of opinions about that. First of all, Eddie Murphy's performance, if you haven't seen it, I don't think y'all have seen it, right? Y'all haven't
Dreamgirls?
seen Dreamgirls.
I've not seen it all the way
seen some
through.
of yeah, I haven't seen all of it.
He's basically playing a combination of James Brown and Marvin Gaye. Like that whole type of thing where
That's interesting.
he's this big R&B star, rock star, soul singer. He has a drug problem, and Jamie Foxx's character, the Berry Gordy character, is trying to cross him over to the white audience, but he doesn't want to sing that type of material. And so it's very loud, it's very, in your face, but he kills it. He kills it. And he won every award up into the Oscars. And then that night they called Alan Arkin for the grandpa in Little Miss Sunshine.
I mean, they wanted to continue shitting on him. Like, nigga, we ain't forgot.
Rah.
That's all they said. Nigga,
Right.
we ain't forgot.
Yeah, we ain't forget.
So I bring this up to say because the the talk was during that whole campaign while he's winning all these precursor awards and, you know, doing the interviews and all of that, the publicity for Dreamgirls, Norbit drops. And so there was this article about, and I forget what paper it was in, but it was basically like, you know, just when people started taking him seriously and thinking
Norbit
like,
was funny as
It's
hell.
a bitch. Dog.
there's billboards all over Hollywood with him in this fat suit in a bikini.
Nigga,
and they said
Norbit-
that's what caused him the Oscar is Norbit.
Said, ma'am, do you have on bottoms? Of course I have on bottoms.
So you want to see a bitch go down the slide?
I'll show you how a bitch go down the slide.
Dog, Norbit was fucking hilarious.
You
dog.
seen Norbit. No!
I cannot get
Come on,
past.
Marcus.
I cannot get past.
Come on,
I think it's the
Mr. C.
opening scene.
Are you fucking
Come on,
serious?
the
man.
wedding.
Oh,
It's some
my-
Asian dude, and they're in a church.
Dog, you got you.
Bro, you have not. Hey, man, you out there with that wine cooler getting loose. Ooh, she slammed that
couldn't-
goddamn speaker on his head.
I couldn't
Tuesday.
get into that one.
Tuesday.
Dog.
So I never thought of that. I wonder if Kate's going to be
What
there.
if Kate's going to be there? I didn't think that. Say, who ordered the turkey ass?
Nigga, Norbit is funny
There's
as
no
hell,
way
dog.
you've never seen
Come on,
Norbit, bro.
Marcus.
I couldn't get past the first.
Dog, you have to.
Please, bro.
I'll try, bro.
No, when you get to the crib after this, bro, you gotta watch Norbit, bro.
I'll try.
Dog,
Norbit and I Spy. Put those two at the top of your list
Please.
as watching those.
I beg
Okay.
of you.
The distinguished gentleman, you can put that one back a little bit. Put that in
I
third
ain't even
place,
seen that.
It
one.
don't
gives a
matter.
shit?
It don't matter.
bro. Norbit and I Spy. I mean, when you talk about
I'll try
comedy,
I Spy first.
you're talking about movies that just make you laugh, bro. Norbit is funny as hell, dog.
I didn't move receipt Respucia.
Norbit is funny as a bitch, though. Marlon Wayans was in there acting a damn fool.
He's in Norbit.
Yes,
oh
bruh.
my god, bro.
Him, Cuba Gooding Jr.,
Yep. oh, it is.
Andy Newton.
It is
I
crazy.
saw her because she's the girl that he likes, right?
Yeah.
Or that
Kate.
he grew
She's
up
Kate.
with.
Yeah.
Fuck, what's dog name? Damon from Friday.
Terry Crews?
Terry
Yeah,
Crews,
yeah,
yep.
Terry
When I was bro, hilarious. I'm gonna just leave it at
Yeah,
that.
nah.
That movie, dog, he's funny as hell. He don't get enough
He
credit.
played multiple characters in there.
Yep.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Well, ho!
We get to another Shrek movie.
Shit.
Meet Dave.
Me, Dave was alright.
Imagine
They was
that.
like- Imagine
Another
that.
Shrek movie. Tower Heist, which I started.
Tower
That's when he
Heist.
kind of transitioned back into like making
he was coming
movies.
Bro, I
back
didn't
to- yeah.
realize so many people was in that movie. I
Yeah,
was
it
like,
was
wait,
good.
they in it.
Yeah, Tower
Like I said,
Heist
I
was
didn't
good.
get a
Tower Heist was
chance to
good.
finish it
Yep, I like that one.
because that was right before we started recording. 1,000 Words.
I think
I like
was
that one.
underappreciated.
I like that
Even
one.
like the story in it, like the the plot of it. I thought
I
was,
like
I
that
haven't
one.
seen that one.
I
either.
thought was pretty good. Mr. Church.
It was.
I didn't watch that one.
Yep,
didn't
Mr.
watch
Church.
Mr.
I
Church?
saw
Okay.
that one.
Yeah.
I had refused to watch it. Y'all know how I am, though.
It felt like driving Miss Daisy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
And my
cooking
pro
for-
black ass
cooking for
could
Miss
not
Daisy.
watch it. You said cooking for Miss Daisy.
Yeah, because wasn't he a cook or something like that? Yeah,
If I
I
remember
couldn't do
correctly,
it.
I watched it one day at work.
Yeah. Damn.
Dolomite is my name.
Hilarious.
Oh, he bodied that.
That was another movie.
So
where
did
I
you
felt
see
like
the original
he
Dolomite?
shoulda- No.
Gotta check
Nigga,
him
I
out.
seen that probably damn near 20 years ago.
Gotta check
Crying.
him out.
So like seeing the original before I seen this one, bodied it.
Nah, he did his thing, though.
Yeah, the only time I've seen what is it, Rudy? What is his name?
Rudy Ray Moore, yep.
was on the episode of Martin. The player, the pimp cup or whatever. He's in that.
He was in Baps too.
Oh,
He was in the opening scene when the one chick, she
I
was
don't think
like,
I've
you know, he
seen
think
all
he
of
Dolomite,
Baps.
but
I
it
think
really
I've
was
It was
Dolomite.
really Dolomite.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was another one where I felt like he should have got some hardware for.
Yeah,
Yep.
he did that one.
Coming to America.
It was cool.
You people,
I liked you people.
Yeah, he was funny as hell.
I liked you people.
Candy Cane Lane.
That was actually good. That was
Candy
a good
Cane
little
Lane?
Christmas movie.
I didn't see
Hell
that
yeah.
one.
That was a good one.
And Beverly Hills Cop.
Axel Foley.
F.
Yeah, I like that one.
I didn't watch that one.
You didn't watch
I
that
didn't
one?
watch it.
Oh, that was
I'ma
good.
check it out.
I liked
I'ma
it.
check it out.
His daughter, his daughter in the movie. Yeah, that was cool.
Taylor Page. I think
That was
is her
I think
name.
that's who that was.
Yeah. And then his latest release, The Pickup.
I like that movie.
Yeah.
I like
that a
I
lot.
didn't finish it.
You
I
didn't
like
finish
that
it?
I didn't
movie.
finish it.
I thought it was good.
Hell yeah. It was great to see Eddie returning back to like movies
Because
where he's cussing and
yeah,
you know,
a little bit more of that edgy Eddie. Yeah,
and that's how he was like
you
on Tower
appreciate.
Heist. Because when
But he was even a step up in
for
the
sure,
pickup.
for sure.
Yeah, no,
But like
the
just
Pickup was
even
dope.
getting that back in the Tower Heist after all of the Shreks and whatnot is like the
Yep.
first time hearing cuss. It's like, oh wait a minute, we doing this?
So we got Eddie back?
We doing this? So you definitely appreciate it. But no, the pickup was actually
Back to
the pickup
form.
had me cracking
The
up.
Pickup, I was laughing, dog. The Pickup was
I'm
funny.
just happy
It's
to
him and
see
Pete
him
Davidson.
regularly
Kiki.
working
Yeah.
again. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so that
No, for sure, for
that's
sure.
dope. So yeah, we just kind of walk through. You can kind of map out the highs, the lows, and everything in between. But this documentary that we keep referring to, Being Eddie, was started because he wanted to document his return to stand up, which he mentions in the doc. COVID happened, and do y'all think we will ever see Eddie Murphy doing stand up?
I think so.
You think so?
And I pray it's in a sense of we get Eddie, Dave. They might somehow find a way to get Kevin in there, and even throw Chris up there. But just let those guys kind of come together.
You got to bring Eddie.
Just kind of let those guys.
Eddie Griffin. You got to bring Eddie.
He ain't gonna bring. Do they run in the same circle?
Nah, but still,
I never hear.
They don't. But
I never hear them. It's usually those guys, and like Tracy Morgan will pop up because the whole Saturday Night Live.
I would just like to see those four guys hit the stage. Keep Steve Harvey and DL Hughley far the fuck away from all of what we're talking about, please and thank you.
You don't find D.L. Hughley funny?
No.
nah,
Me
he's
either.
annoying, bro. It's like he tried to beat you with his joke. Like, nigga, give it up. It's not funny.
Bro, I remember
not
when
funny.
Kings of Comedy came out. He would be the one I skipped. I liked some of Steve's stuff,
Steve.
especially
Like,
the Titanic.
that was his
bit.
funniest
that
bit.
shit was funny.
That was hilarious. And I think he had one about the old lady in the church or something like that. But DL, skip that whole set.
The only
even know
person
how he
really,
made it to
the only
that.
person really from that group that would have been able to go with them is Bernie.
Oh, yeah.
the
Oh,
yeah.
late great Bernie. So
Yeah.
no, but I would love to see them all come together. Kind of like we getting all these concerts now with like I think Tony's going out with
Yeah, New
Jagged Edge,
Edition and
whoever. Yeah, not Jagged
Boyz
Edge.
II Men,
Boys to Men.
yeah.
Yep. I would like to see a comedy tour like that. That would be the
That would be
flyest
dope.
shit in the world.
I'm definitely going.
That
Because
would be
Dave
dope.
Chappelle, I've seen Dave Chappelle a few times. Hilarious every single time. If I can I didn't get the chance to see Eddie.
Right.
So yeah, if we could bring that, I've seen Kevin Hart
Right.
a few
Seeing
times.
Kevin Hart. I've seen, Eddie Griffin, Dave Chappelle, like you said. So to be able to see Eddie.
That would be special. That would be dope.
Yeah,
But you just give me Dave and Eddie. To be honest, I'll be happy
I'm
with
there.
those two.
I'm there.
I don't think he gonna do it.
He might not. I mean, he doesn't have to. Did you see his fucking house?
This is what we were kind of talking about before you got here. I was like, I feel like he's too comfortable now.
Did you see?
He said it's getting cold in here.
Let me close the roof. What?
You know what's funny though? Like watching the doc,
You got a retractable roof on your house.
and he's like, I'm coming out here to do movies too much. Let me build a house out here.
Bro, he had a retractable
build,
roof.
not buy, build.
And that house was amazing.
A retractable. I'm going to just keep a
But I see
retractable.
why he's a homebody.
I would be too.
Which I didn't know that. So this goes back
But he
to
said
the
that
point.
from the beginning in the doc. Like,
No, I
his
mean-
dad was the life of the party, but he was never
in
that.
the corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to go back to what Lloyd said, in the last episode, where it's like we didn't really have all of these people in front of us all the time back then. It's like it was special to see a star out.
Right.
So to see that he was, pretty much damn near an introvert that would just go out and make people laugh. He didn't drink. He didn't do anything. He'd go to the party and leave. And it was, I did not know that. I would have never thought that.
And they kind of touch on it, but it's interesting to see, the other celebrities, the other black celebrities at that, I don't want to say peaked in the 80s, but that were at the top in the 80s along with him. most of them are all gone now. You know, he's kind of the last man standing from that era. And it is because he, for layman terms, was a square, essentially, you know, which was crazy.
I did appreciate how they had Charlie in the doc as well, though.
Yeah.
I thought that was fire.
that was fly.
That was dope.
Yeah.
Charlie was definitely a dope figure, and you could tell he helped, you know, make sure Eddie remained confident in that path he was on.
And that's another reason why I'm not confident that he would ever return to the stage. And I don't
Because
think
his brother's
his
missing?
brother's gone.
His brother's gone.
And I don't know if Charlie wrote a lot of his material or helped him write. I know he did some writing with, I think, Keenan. Did he do some writing with Keenan, or Keenan might have helped him write that opening sketch? I don't know why I thought he had wrote some stuff with Keenan, but yeah, that was another reason why I was like,
I just hope something's, you know, I mean, even watching the doc, you saw, I think it was Arsenio said, you know, he goes to his house and he sees the notepad laying around. So he's steady working. You know, he's always, you know, probably still staying sharp at it if he ever does decide, you know, to go out there.
I don't care wherever the nearest city is, I'm going.
Facts.
the Lock Picture podcast will be there.
We will be there.
So I wanted to touch on this before we wrap things up. Representation, because he talked about how he was in uncharted territory when he exploded in the 80s, and that after him came, you know, kind of opened the doors for the Denzels, the Morgan Freemans, and all of that stuff. And in my mind, I don't link them together.
Don't, because they're in different genres, they're in different lanes. Yep.
But going back and watching how that history played out, how could it not? You know, he was truly that dude that like kicked the door open.
At
he
like
was the
20, bro.
Yeah, he was the first black man to be a part of $1 billion franchise worldwide at a time where studios said black actors don't translate outside of the country, the United States. And here's Eddie doing numbers and making it look easy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Made it mainstream. Made it cool to be black in mainstream Hollywood.
For sure. But I think also to that point, we don't see a lot of intentionality when it comes to passing the torch. Like when you have some of those guys that are, you know, the center of the attention in that genre, that lane, that industry, whatever it is. In my opinion, I would like to see more intentionality on doing a film with who we think is next. Like, and you're passing it to this guy, or doing, you know, just kind of bringing that all together to be the focal point is right here. This is the guy that's going to carry the next wave. Because we saw it go from like Richard to Eddie to, you know,
that's what's cool about Harlem Nights. Because
absolutely.
you see
exactly.
Red Fox.
The torch is being passed
You see
right
more.
there.
And
we need to see more of that. So Eddie, you owe us a movie. I don't know who else you're going to put in there with it and who you think is the next, but we need to start doing more of that. Like, you know, that's kind of like that proverbial reach back. Like, you know, reach back and pull up the next one. And that would just be dope, man, just for us to have. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be a comedy movie. You could give us even though we laugh, you can give us another Boomerang.
I would love him and Denzel to do something together.
That would be funny to see. I don't even know how you put them together, but I would love to see it. What does that look like? They'd have to be related.
Is it a drama?
They'd have to be related.
They gotta be brothers.
You know?
There you go.
They gotta be brothers.
They gotta be brothers. One is serious, one is kind of like, and the other one is loose and funny.
They both do a lot of cop stuff, so they could be like partners.
That would be funny.
That would be funny.
I'm just saying.
That would be funny. I would like to see them as brothers.
Make it happen.
I would like to see them as brothers, dog.
Denzel said he got 5 movies left.
Really?
Let's make that.
I think
put Eddie in one of them.
I don't know. I think he might owe us one. I still ain't checked out that last one, but the highest to lowest. Yeah, he might still owe us one.
The movie was okay, but
he owes one.
He's good.
He's good. No, that's
he's
what's
good.
Up. I'm gonna check that out.
Like if he wasn't in the movie, don't watch it.
Damn failure. Damn.
And not saying that it's horrible.
No,
but
you said that.
That's what it sounds like.
You said that?
That's what it sounds like.
Let me rephrase that. His performance, this is not gonna sound any better. Carries the movie. It just
He said the same thing again.
But with kid gloves on.
it's just that's the reason to watch the movie. It's just like he doing his thing, just watching him do his thing, and then when he finally goes head to head with ASAP, that's like the peak of the film.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. I'm gonna check it out.
But yeah, so I didn't mention this, but I do have some trivia.
Okay.
So, and it's not like a game or anything. I'm just gonna run through it. But I thought some of this was pretty interesting. So, Eddie Murphy was the first actor to receive $1 million paycheck for a debut film. For 48 hours, he was paid $1 million. So there you go.
What's up?
That's what's up.
He's the only actor to receive a British Academy of Film and Television Award nomination for a voiceover performance. They nominated him for Best Supporting Actor for Shrek. And that's the UK's version of the Oscars.
Damn, he getting love over there.
None over here.
Shame on the Academy.
He mentioned this in the doc, but he's the only cast member of Saturday Night Live to host while he was still a cast member. And that was that episode that Nick Nolte bailed on because he was sick. The last two I thought were pretty interesting, and I don't know how true they are, but I did see multiple sources kind of bring it up, so I'm gonna add it. He was considered for the role of Furious Styles
Hell no. Sorry.
in Boys in the Hood.
Nope.
I'm gonna have to say
Who
no.
thought that was a good idea? But absolutely the
I
fuck
wonder
not.
if it was the studio. Just
It was studio
just the
cash
name,
cow
yeah.
money.
Cash, yeah.
Absolutely not. Love
Because
Eddie
what
Murphy.
Boys in the Hood is
Absolutely
91.
not.
Him and his son would have looked the same age, nigga. Like,
Absolutely not.
but
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, that I was like, oh, okay. And then the last one in the late 80s, I believe it was like 1987, Paramount Studios was developing Fences
Yeah.
for Eddie Murphy to star in as Corey. First of all, he's too old to be Corey. Corey's supposed to be a high school student. And he's too young to play Troy, who's supposed to be the old, kind of bitter father. So obviously,
You said in 87?
in 87.
He still had that look. He could have pulled it off.
Which one?
Being the kid.
Corey.
Being a kid,
Yeah,
okay.
he could have been a kid.
Because I thought it was just for Troy. I didn't know they were
Oh, no, it's
developing
for
for
his son.
Corey. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
because Troy's supposed to be like in his 50s at this point. But like we've mentioned, we got what we were supposed to get. Denzel, Viola Davis, Fences.
Snot nose.
Yeah.
You ain't
Snot, man.
I've been standing right here with you, Troy.
Troy. Standing this whole time. That they was monologuing
Boy.
in that movie.
Oh, they was getting they
If you
shit
don't know what a monologue is, watch
Yeah.
Fences.
Watch Fences.
They monologue after monologue.
That's one of those
I love it. It's not a criticism.
play movies that like translated to film where it's like the monologues in, plays like where it translated very well to film. And I mean, it was the actors that
Right, it was
pulled
the
it off.
execution of it.
But they,
Because even if you watched, what's my man name? Joffrey Joffer. Can't think of his fucking name.
James Earl Jones.
When you watch his Broadway or stage performance of it and you compare it to Denzel, he did his thing. Do not get me wrong, but I'm sorry, miles apart.
Oh yeah,
in my opinion.
Because I was recently watching that clip. His felt like of a different generation where the father figure was very hard and rigid,
End all be all,
and that was it. You know, there was no room. And Denzel just his just felt a little bit more humane and a little bit more like there with love underneath it a little
like
bit.
I can hear you, but you need to understand me.
Yeah.
because you like me?
Yeah. So I just felt like that his approach was just more relatable
100%.
for the time. So I wanted to wrap it up with our top 5 Eddie Murphy films.
Are they in any order or?
I have mine in order.
I think I have mine in order.
So what I wanted to do is start with any honorable. We go around.
Oh, with the honorable mentions?
Honorable. If you have any honorable mentions, call those out, and then we go around, say our fifth, go around to our fourth until we get to number one.
All right.
So, oh shit, I did not write my. I think I remembered it. I didn't write it on this one. I think I got it in my notes in my phone. Okay, so we'll start with the honorable mentions. Let's just go. You ready?
Yeah.
We'll go Triz, me, Lloyd,
Boom.
and then we'll go into 5. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
And then all the way to 1. So,
All right.
Triz, top 5 Eddie Murphy films, starting with honorable mentions.
So my 2 honorable mentions, I got Vampire in Brooklyn and The Nutty Professor.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow. Okay.
That's funny, dog.
All right. Y'all have seen more than me, so I need to remember that. My honorable mentions, I got 3.
Okay.
Are 48 Hours, Dreamgirls, and Dolomite Is My Name.
So I have 4 honorable mentions. I have Beverly Hills Cop, Trading Places, Norbit, and The Nutty Professor.
Okay. All right.
All right, so we starting at number
Triz,
5, right?
number 5. 5.
Number 5 for me, I got I Spy. I got I Spy, dog.
Number 5, I got Harlem Nights. Wow. Y'all can keep
Number 5, I have Vampire in Brooklyn.
Okay. Number 4, Coming to America.
Number 4, Boomerang.
Number 4, Coming to America.
Number 3, Harlem Nights.
Number 3, The Nutty Professor.
Number 3, Harlem Nights.
This is where we finna differ.
Yep.
Number 2, Boomerang.
Number 2, Coming to America.
Number 2, Life.
Number 1, Life.
Number 1, Life.
Number 1, Boomerang.
Oh, okay. When you niggas start saying Nutty Professor, now I was like, oh, okay, nope.
Yep.
It's not as
This
close
shit
as I thought.
Straight up. Straight up.
All right.
It's funny because you're going to be able to go back to a point in the episode where I literally, I have one of these moments. I'm like, because I completely forgot I Spy from my list. I Spy should have definitely been an honorable mention.
Dog, I Spy is so goddamn funny, dog.
Okay. All right. So what we should revisit some of those films. So what we want to do? I thought we were all going to have Life. So that's why I
thought Life was going to be number 1.
I thought Life was going to be number 1.
Life could have been number 1, but Boomerang was just on some fly
So should we
shit.
do
It was
both?
different. Yeah.
You wanted to do a third.
Yeah, I did say we should probably do. Well, if we had that much of a variance in our lists, so mine was Boomerang, Life, Harlem Nights, Coming to America, Vampire in Brooklyn. I think the only one that wasn't in Triz's top 5 was Vampire.
That was my honorable
That was your
mention.
honorable mention. So you didn't have Vampire in yours. So is there one that I guess that we all consistently left off that we feel like we should go back? You know what? Damn that. Which 2 did you say?
He hasn't seen
He didn't see
Norbit, bro.
Norbit and I Spy. We can do those 2, and then whichever third one y'all want. We can do what? Boomerang or Life, or both of those? We'll do 4.
I was about to say,
4.
can we do Life and Boomerang and then pick either Norbit or...
No, you gotta watch both of them.
Let's do I Spy.
You don't want to do
You
Norbit.
I want to watch Norbit.
I don't even care. But
No, you know what? You know what?
You I
No,
Spy.
no. Let's do Norbit.
Listen, y'all. He
Let's
don't
do
like Norbit.
Norbit.
I promise you.
Let's do
I
Norbit.
promise you. Comment, share. If you know Norbit is funny as hell,
do Norbit.
y'all let Marcus know he needs to watch Norbit.
Let's do Norbit. Y'all
Let him
acted
know.
out half the movie
Bro,
just right here. So
Norbit's
let's
funny.
So
as
we
shit.
gon'
The fucked up part is, bro. You know he gonna come back and be like, "Shit wasn't even all that. It wasn't even funny." How y'all thought? Already, I can feel it. I can sense it.
They do it to me all the time.
I can sense. See,
All
this
the
is
time.
premeditated hate. This is premeditated
He already
hate.
got his script ready.
Dog. No bullshit though. So those are the three.
Okay, yeah. We'll
Boomerang,
do
Life,
Boomerang, and Norbit.
in orbit.
All right. Well, remember, if you enjoyed this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Join the Lock Picture Podcast family. We love to hear from you. And join us next time when we revisit 3 Eddie Murphy classics: Life, Boomerang, and I guess Norbit. Thanks for joining the Lock Picture Podcast. Until next time, remember, movies are when dreams and magic meet reality. Peace.